So, you don't know which color scheme you want to buy of the Switch? Well, this video is for you. Now, ultimately, it doesn't matter which Switch variation you buy or color scheme you buy, as long as you buy the one that's right for you. But I thought I would give you reasons to why or why not you may not want to pick certain color schemes, and maybe you're on the fence about it as well. So this will just give you some ideas about the color schemes of the Switch. Now, the good news about the Switches is that the system itself and the dock are not their own colors. They're all the same color no matter which bundle you buy. It's only the Joy-Cons or the controllers on the side of the system that are going to be different colors. So, for instance, if you buy a color scheme you're not happy with, or Joy-Con colors you're not happy with, later down the road, you can buy other Joy-Cons from Nintendo that are different colored. So, ultimately, your decision is not going to be made right out of the box. Luckily, you don't have to spend $300 for a whole new Switch if you don't like the color scheme. You can just buy new Joy-Cons from Nintendo. Yes, they are going to be expensive for Joy-Cons, but at least you're still not spending $300 on a whole new machine just to get different color schemes. And also, the cool thing is you can actually mix and match. So, for instance, say you want a gray Joy-Con and a blue Joy-Con, you can do that, or gray and red, or two reds or two blues. And hopefully also down the road Nintendo will make different colors or limited edition Joy-Cons as well, which would be really cool. So we'll almost have unlimited possibilities when it comes to mixing and matching your Joy-Con colors. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk about why you should buy the gray Joy-Cons, why you shouldn't, why you should buy the red and blue ones, and why you shouldn't buy the red and blue ones. Now I'm just going to go back and forth on each colors, and at the end of the video I will be giving my thoughts on which one I actually decided to go for, so I can give you my opinion, and if you want to know which color scheme I decided to go for. And I will leave a timestamp in the description of what time you should skip the video to if you want to see my opinion and find out what colors I decided to go with for the Switch. Now, the reason you should go for the gray Joy-Con set of the Switch is because, think about it this way. This is the first handheld Nintendo system. Yes, I know this is a hybrid system, but it still is going to be in a handheld mode, and you are going to be playing it in handheld mode some of the time. And this is the first handheld device from Nintendo that doesn't actually look like a kid's toy, or it doesn't look cheap, plasticky. It actually looks like a modern piece of technology. If you were to put the Switch next to a laptop or to like a smartphone or any piece of modern technology, it would actually blend in really, really well. And so that's the reason you would want to go with the gray Joy-Cons, just so that it would actually blend in with the other pieces of technology. If you went with the red and blue Joy-Cons, it would stick out like a sore thumb, and it actually would look like a kid's toy, and you don't want it to look like a kid's toy, especially how nice the Switch looks. It already looks like a modern piece of technology, but if you were to slap on the red and blue Joy-Cons, then it may look like a kid's toy, and that is not what you want. You don't want this thing looking like a kid's toy. Another reason you want the gray Joy-Cons is because when you're taking the Switch out and about with you, you won't stick out like a sore thumb. What I mean by that is when people are seeing you play this thing looks modern, sleek, and when they see red and blue, some people may be tempted to come up to you, and you're more likely to get the thing actually like stolen or jacked from somebody if you're out and about playing it. So you want to be careful about getting the red and blue, because most other technologies, or a lot of other technologies, are actually just black, white. They don't actually stick out. But with red and blue, you're definitely going to stick out from the crowd when it comes to technology. So you want to be careful if you're going to be taking the thing out a lot of the time if you have the red and blue ones. Another reason to get the gray Joy-Cons is because if you're playing this on the TV, most likely the dock is going to be sitting out in front of your TV or somewhere where you can access the dock and you can see it, so you can take the Switch out of the dock and you can actually take it on the go. But if you have red and blue Joy-Cons on the side and you're playing with the Pro controller, then you may get distracted when you're playing it on a TV if you're using a pro controller, you may actually get distracted, and that's not good if you're going to be playing the game for a long time. You do not want to get distracted if you see two red and blue pieces on your entertainment system, and also it will stick out on your entertainment system even if you're not playing, because most likely it's going to be the only thing that's red and blue on your entertainment system or multicolored. It's really going to stick out when you have it on your entertainment system or even in your bedroom. It's really going to stick out when you're using the red and blue Joy-Cons for the system. So overall, the gray ones have a lot of things going for them. They're much more, they make the Switch much more, it looks much more better on the Switch. It makes it look like a better piece of technology. You won't have to worry about getting distracted when you're playing it on the TV. So overall, the gray ones are a good choice to go for, but it's not all bad for the red and blue ones. The red and blue ones do look nice. They are bright neon colors. They do look nice. The nice thing about the neon colored Joy-Cons are, if you were to take the neon colored Joy-Cons and give one to your friend and one to you, you would know which player is blue, which player is red, and I think that's very cool. And also, not a lot of technology tries to stand out these days. A lot of technology tries to just go for standard blue, standard black, white, gray. So you can see a lot of things just tend to be the same old generic color. So if you were to get the red and blue Joy-Con combination, you would stick out from the crowd, and it would be a different color scheme than a lot of other technology out there, so you would stand out. And I think that is pretty cool that Nintendo did decide to go with a multicolor scheme, and it looks pretty cool, red and blue on the system. I will say it does look cool on the system. One thing I did forget to mention also during the distraction part when you're playing it on the TV, same thing goes for handheld mode. Think about it this way. When you're playing the Switch in handheld mode, if you have red and blue on the Switch itself, you could be distracted while you're looking down, playing it all the time. You may be seeing the red and blue Joy-Cons, and they may be always in the in your peripheral vision when you're looking at the screen, and it may bother you. So you may want to keep that in mind when you're playing the Switch long term. You may actually get distracted. You'd be like, well, you're playing the game, but it's hard to not look at the red and blue Joy-Cons long term. So that is another reason you may not want to go with the red and blue color scheme. But overall, like I said, it doesn't matter which Switch variation you buy. The one that you like, go ahead and go for. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you which color scheme I decided to go for the Switch. The color scheme I actually decided to go for the Switch is actually the gray Switch itself. I just went with the standard gray for the reasons I just said. It looks more like a modern piece of technology. The Switch already isn't looking like a kid's toy compared to a lot of Nintendo devices they've done in the past. This one really looks like a mature device. A lot of people wouldn't even know this is a gaming device. It can actually pass as like a laptop or a tablet or to something modern, which is very nice. It just doesn't look weird. It doesn't stand out from the crowd. It looks very sleek and modern. And overall, I did decide to go with the gray color scheme. Now, I was actually thinking about going with the red and blue Joy-Con color scheme. It was really hard for me to decide. And I did actually like that one a lot. I actually thought about getting that one at the beginning, but then I didn't. So overall, I just gave you some reasons why or why not you may want to choose each color scheme. Anyway, guys, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video. I'm out, guys.